Hello Captains, and welcome to another episode of Star Trek Online. Today I have a preview of the Edison Temporal Warship T6, and by preview I mean an alpha of an alpha preview. I am your host, Brent Justice, and we're going to look at this ship very briefly. This is a preview. So what I've done is I have purchased the new Edison Temporal Warship. In fact, I purchased the new bundle, and I have this starship on the Federation side. I also have the Klingon and Romulan variants as well. In the future, we will look at those, but this is the Federation version of this ship. Now, by preview and alpha of a preview, what I mean is I have literally just thrown this ship on. I took it, I put it on this character, I just threw on stuff that I had in my inventory to make it run, and I do not even have a customized bridge officer layout at this time. My powers are not customized. They're just randomly thrown on there so I can preview the ship for you today. None of my traits are customized. Nothing is done for this ship. Nothing. So this is not a build you want to look at for any meaning at all. This is just what I could throw on it so that I could show you the ship brand spanking new. And she is beautiful, I have to say. Sometimes Cryptic can make a funky ship. Sometimes a little too funky. I'm gonna say the Miracle Worker class of ships that they have made don't quite suit my visual preferences. I think those are very funky looking ships. However, sometimes they can do the opposite and pull a really good ship out. They can do a really good design. And that's what I'm seeing right here with this ship, the Edison Temporal Warship T6. Now this is a more tactically inclined ship, you could say, made for maybe a commander tactical officer, because it has a commander tactical bridge officer position, and also temporal powers as well. I am right now flying this on Ensign Ricky. Ensign Ricky is an engineering character, but this again is just to demonstrate the ship, and I'm going to take it into battle in this video so that you can see it in action. If you are unfamiliar with this ship, please go watch my previous video where I go through the news about the ship and we go over all the specifications of the ship. I'm not going to do that here. I did that in the last video on the news page. You can check that out in the previous video, and I will put a link to it. For this video, we're just going to look at what I've got on this ship right now, so you're at least familiar with that. And then we're just going to take it into battle so you can see what it can do in battle and what its neat universal console does, which is called an entangled quantum bombardment. It's a very cool console. I have already taken this into battle once. I did a Starbase 1 advanced run, so I did run it once just to see how it works, and I have to say I love this universal ability that it has, this console ability. But I'm going to show that and you're going to see what that looks like. First, let me bring up my build, and I say build loosely. Remember, this is just what I threw on, or what I had on this character's previous ship, I should say. And what I had on that ship's previous set was the Soul Defense system, or the Soul Defense set. So I have the full Soul Defense set. I've got a pretty good warp drive, and I'm running a phaser energy build. And I have a dual beam bank phaser with pin up front. I've got a regular phaser beam array with pin. I have the quantum phase beam array with the full set called Quantum Phase Catalyst, and that includes the Quantum Phase Torpedo, and then down here the Quantum Phase Converter. So I have the bonus set with that. I also have a two-piece set of the Trilithium enhanced phaser stuff. So I've got the omnidirectional phaser beam Trilithium enhanced, as well as the reinforced armaments console right here, which is part of the trilithium laced weaponry. And I've got just a 2-piece set to that, but that gives me speed tweaks on this ship. And speed tweaks is a firing cycle haste improvement and plus 15 flight speed from that bonus. And then the bonus that I'm getting from the quantum set is the phaser transfer optimizations, accuracy, doubles potency of quantum phase weapons, doubles potency of quantum phase high yield torpedo, and then a quantum destabilizing beam with that whole 3-piece set. So quite a bit of sets on there. And of course I've got phaser consoles here. Here's the console that comes with the ship, though. This is the one you're probably most interested in and what it does. And this one gives a plus 15% phaser directed energy weapon damage just by having it on. It gives a plus 21.4 Starship exotic particle generator just by having it on. It does radiation damage, so it bombards random foes in the 4 arc 16 times in 8 seconds and does radiation damage. 3-kilometer radius, ignores shields. So if you want to utilize this to its best of its ability, anything that can boost radiation damage would be really good for this. And again, I believe the exotic particle generator does that. So anything that can increase your radiation damage is going to improve this console here. And so I'm going to make a build based on that. I don't have it yet, but I'm thinking of like some kind of radiation build concerning that console to try to build it up. That's what I'm thinking. But anyway, this is just to demonstrate the powers for you. Oh, and I do have an agony phaser beam just because I had an extra slot up there and I didn't have a beam, so I just put one of my agony phasers up there. So that's very random, but I just needed to fill a slot. So anyway, that's what it comes with, is that unique console. Very cool looking, and I'm going to show that to you. Here's the full mastery unlocks it comes with. I already unlocked one just by playing one round of Starbase 1, and that's plus 5 accuracy. But then you can unlock plus 15% critical severity. You can unlock plus 2.5% critical chance. You can unlock plus 10% kinetic and energy damage, increased energy and kinetic damage, and then Heart of Soul for the Federation. Attack Pattern Beta, or any temporal operative bridge officer ability, gives you a 10% firing cycle haste for energy weapons for 20 seconds and a plus 5% bonus phaser damage for 20 seconds. So that's very cool, but I cannot demonstrate that trait to you today. Obviously, it is not unlocked yet. When I get it unlocked, then, you know, I'll come back and we'll do a full review of the ship. So I can't show you the trait today, but I can show you what the console does. And also you can see this increases firing cycle haste. So again, that actually goes hand in hand pretty good with the trilithium laced weaponry, because remember the 2-piece bonus on that gives you a 5% firing cycle haste with that set. So now I've got, I guess technically 15% firing cycle haste, or at least improved more than the default. So interesting anyway. You can see how things start to tie together, and you can try to think of a build where you have like increased firing cycle haste abilities and increased radiation damage with this thing. So you can kind of think along those lines. As you can see, Edison Temporal Warship. Here is, we're running to the end of the solar system here, I see. Here's my stats as I'm sitting right now with what I've got on here, which is just all random crap right now. But I'm sitting at a very high power transfer rate, actually. 32 stealth detection. I'm sitting at 60 defense. I've got 71,000 hull. Not very high. I think the ship comes default at like 60,000. When I put it on, I believe it was like 60,000. So I've increased it maybe 11,000 from its base. So it does not have a very high hull strength. Just keep that in mind. This is not a tank. It's not a big tank, but it can deliver a lot of damage and still be able to withstand a lot of damage too, depending on what set you're using. My shield strength though is very high, 23,000 on this, about lower 40s on resist. I've got a 78.3% crit severity with a 14.6% crit chance. My accuracy rating is pretty high, and I got a 27.5 degrees second turn rate, but it was lower than that before I have all the buffs that I have. I have full throttle on here, a Starship trait. Those other things that increase my flight speed can also increase your turn rate. So I got some things on here that's making that a little bit higher. Also, I believe I'm using, let me just double check, I am using Pilot. I have Pilot as my primary. So Pilot is giving me plus 40% turn rate. So you're not going to get that high of a turn rate on this ship unless you have those buffs like I have. But I've got that Pilot as primary. That's a big one here. That plus 40%. That's really making a big difference on the turn rate. This can accept dual cannons. In fact, the default configuration was a dual cannons all across setup. But I feel that not phasers, but beams is the best way to go with this, because yes, it has an okay turn rate, but it's no escort. Okay, it's no escort. And I just feel that it just doesn't quite turn fast enough to use cannons. I feel that the beams is just better overall. Beams and fire at will is maybe, for me at least, the way to go on this ship. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is just a powerful beam build on this ship. But it can accept dual cannons, and you can play around with that, and you'll just have to decide if the turn rate's good enough for you to have that narrow firing arc. Just so you can see, I do have, you know, space traits set and starship traits and all that stuff here, but it's from my last build, so I wouldn't say it necessarily fits the ship well. It's all random. You can, I mean, I'm not going to go through everything right now because this is not the final build. But in the final build, you know, we'll look at all that. And like I said, my powers are all over the place because I haven't customized any of them. I have no bridge officer powers really that are that meaningful right now. So just don't pay attention to my bridge officer powers. Again, I just threw this on so I could see what it does in battle and see what the console does. Now, there is an interesting visual aspect to this ship I want you to notice. Look at the deflector dish. I have never seen a deflector dish like that before. It's like it's got the coils coming out from the ship, so it's like got a lot more deflector coils, and then they're in this protective, I don't know, force field or something, and they're protected by that, and it's kind of wedge shaped. It's a wedge shaped thing that's translucent. And you can see the deflector coils, and there's a lot of them. They're not recessed into the ship, they're poking out of the ship. That's completely new. I've never seen that, unless there's just a ship I've missed where they've had that design before. I have never seen that design before, but I think it looks freaking sweet. I think, you know, why hasn't anyone ever thought about that before? Instead of making the deflector dish go inward, why not one that comes outward? I mean, we've seen in the TOS ships, they have like the little antennas sticking out of the deflector dish, but I mean, like the coils on this thing are literally outward. And so because of that, to protect them, they have this thing around it, which I have no idea what that would be made out of. But it looks darn cool, and it's a very cool effect. And it looks like the impulse engines also are in an interesting place. They're down here on the pylons. Yeah, the impulse engines are on the pylons. That's interesting. So it makes me wonder what this is. Is it just another extra impulse engine, or is it a backup light? I mean, I don't know. I've got no idea. The nacelles. Very thin, which would be futuristic, you know, because they're getting thinner and thinner or whatever. I can see that. Looks like maybe a shuttle bay back here. Very logical design. A saucer with like a skid under it that propels it forward. And maybe it's detachable. Maybe the whole idea is that maybe that is an impulse engine because this is detachable. Maybe like in an emergency, they can detach the star drive part of it and just float the saucer. that would be very cool, and it might likely be the case. I mean, I have no idea. I've never heard about this ship before. I guess it's a Cryptic created ship, but it would make sense that it would be able to do that, especially if it's one of these, you know, 25th century future design ships. Would be a good ability for it to have. So anyway, I love the design of it. It's just so cool looking. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really, really, really like the design. So here's what it looks like all the way zoomed out. Very tiny. And then here it is all the way zoomed in. It can fill up your entire screen. It's not a big ship. We are not talking about a big ship here. Let me try to find a ship to compare it to down here with all these other ships. See what we can bring it next to. Let's find something that we are familiar with. So here it is next to a scimitar. See, it's pretty tiny. What other ships do we have? Here we go. Not as small as that ship. I guess it's about mid-sized. Ooh, there we go. There's a Galaxy class. It's like a downsized Galaxy. Well, actually, I'm looking at just the saucer part of it. It's like a downsized, much downsized saucer, I guess. Yeah, so there you go. There's kind of a size comparison of it. So, it's like in between these two ships. That's tiny, that's big, and it's right in the middle. So it's not too big and it's not too small. That's a good way to put it. Not too big, not too small, just the right size. Let's queue up a Starbase 1. I'm going to do Starbase 1 Advanced, so it's a little more difficult. And just sit back and relax as I take it into battle, and I'll show you how the console works. And that's pretty much going to be it for the preview. Again, this is just meant to be a short preview, so you can see what this ship is all about. But I cannot show you the Starship Traits. That's the only thing I cannot show you today. But I will be making a build on this, probably not on this character. I will probably do it on another character, but we'll see. I want to try to buff that console's radiation damage. Do something with that. Do like a radiation damage build. That would be kind of cool. I've never done anything like that. That could be fun. Alright, here we are. Starbase 1, advanced difficulty. I got barely bridge officer powers here, but I got enough to make a difference. I don't even have emergency power to weapons. Oh well, I'm sitting at 125 power, 91 shield, 60 engine, and 82 aux. Got a high aux power. Here we go.
Here they come.
Warning, ship is under attack.
See, we're doing pretty good damage.
We're prepping for evac
Target
of non-essential
shields have
personnel
failed.
and civilians.
And I can maneuver pretty good in this thing. Especially with the buffs I have. Looks like... No, that's not the power. I was thinking maybe someone else had one of these ships too. When I can get a good... Here, I'll do it here. I'm gonna use the power here. Here it goes.
Target shields have failed.
That's what it looks like. See all those green things firing on everything? Shooting all that radiation at everything? And remember, it does it like 16 times every 8 seconds. So the more enemies that you have, the more it'll impact them. I'll have another chance to use it, don't worry.
Target's shields have failed.
And I have that destabilizing beam also.
Target's shields have failed.
I just love how good it maneuvers. This actually might be a good ship for an engineer to actually think about it. Because you can use your engineering abilities to keep it alive, to stay alive, like a tank. And also do a lot of damage. So actually, maybe I will do it on the engineer, who knows? Maybe I'll do want to build on both.
Target's shields have failed.
There's a break in incoming warp signatures. We may have a short amount of time before more arrive.
Yeah, this might actually make a good build on an engineering character. Engineering and tactical. I'd say that'd be a good
Reading
ship for
some
this.
heavier ships incoming.
Warning.
Raiders
Ship
and
is
battle
under
cruisers.
attack. Target's shields have
Find out
failed.
where the first thing is going to be.
Target's shields have failed.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Okay, we're in a good spot to give them cover. Haven't had to use my destabilizing beam yet, but I will use it on a big ship. My console is ready to go. Need to find a good time to use it. It's best used when there's a lot of enemies. You want to use it when not just at one enemy, but a lot of enemies.
Target's shields have failed.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Okay, there's a lot of them over here. Well, that's not a ton, but I ran into the station. There's my destabilizing beam.
Target's shields have failed.
I'll go ahead and use it on these far out ones. Nope, too late. That guy already... Darn it. I wasted it. I wasted it.
Target's shields have failed.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Should have saved it for a bigger ship. Oh yeah, I forgot to even mention I've got temporal powers. I've got... Let me put it on an offensive configuration. I forgot to talk about that. I have, of course, because it's a temporal ship.
Klingon battleships.
Because it's
a
temporal ship, I have the temporal
Warning.
powers.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
That would be a good ship to use the temporal powers on if it was available to me yet, but it's not. Have to wait for that to build up.
An evacuation ship is launching. Give them cover.
Target's shields have failed.
I've got a pretty powerful team here, so they're doing pretty good. I can use a temporal power on that ship. There we go. Brings them down pretty fast.
Target's shields have failed.
Okay, all these ships here. There we go. Use all that radiation damage on them. Look at it, it's like fireworks taking off. I love it. When you got a really big group, it's really crazy.
Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, that went real smooth. Of course, we had a pretty powerful
That'll
team.
hold them off for
on that
now.
one. I think I'll play this again just to give it one more chance to show you the ability, because I really want you to see how cool it is, especially when you have a lot of enemies at once. And it looks like I leveled up another mastery too. That's good. Yeah, the ship moves well. It's very powerful when it fires. But I can see a really good, powerful beam build with this. And on my engineering character, I'm able to take damage pretty good. So let's see, did I get... Yeah, I did get another mastery. Look at that. I got plus 15% critical severity now. And I've almost got the critical chance leveled up. This next battle, I'll have the third mastery already done. Wow, it's going pretty fast. So my critical severity is now it's 93.3%. That's pretty cool. Oh, I can't do it again. It's on cooldown. Let's see if we can do Operation Riposte or Peril over Pavo. Either of those would be good. So I have to say, as you know, an early look at this ship, I could see this being a very good ship to use. There is one thing I will say about it, however. I get a feeling of discovery-ness from it. It feels like a Discovery era ship, even though it's supposed to be some kind of futuristic ship. It feels like the design language of the Discovery era ships, especially the other version of it, and I will show that to you. I'm going to go down after this next battle. Well, I'll go down now while we're waiting, and I want to show you what the other version of the ship looks like, and you'll see how it's a very Discovery era. I think that they started from the idea of making it a Discovery era ship and then made it like, here's a future version of that. But if we customize ship, this is the Edison version and here's the Hoover version. Yeah, that's a Discovery era ship, guys. Totally Discovery era. Looks cool. I mean, it really does look cool. But Discovery. Especially with those old nacelles. Spinning Bussard collectors and all. Yeah. So you can change the hull, the saucer, the stanchions, and the nacelles on it between Edison and Hoover. So you could have a Hoover ship with modern nacelles. Look at that. So that's what you can do with it. And you can change the materials. Let's look at that, in fact. Those are the different materials. Make it look like a TOS ship. So that's what you can do with it. Hope I didn't miss my thing. Still going. Yeah, so that's what you can do with it visually. And I believe there should be a fleet version of the ship. I guess it would be under Fleet Tier 6. What would it be? Would it be a cruiser, maybe? I'm not actually sure what it would be under. But whatever it's under, I'm guessing that there's a fleet version of it, right? I wouldn't even know what it's called. It's not that one.
Construction technicians needed on deck 37.
Well, our thing is ready to go anyway. Wouldn't be under escort, would it? It would be under escort. Okay, well there you go. There's the fleet version. It's called the Fleet Hoover Temporal Warship. And yeah, unique, Edison, and Hoover. So this is the unique fleet version of it. So there is a fleet version of it, but it is under escorts. Interesting. Okay, well, let's do this.
The Klingons have made a tact.
Let's do this. One more thing. Because I know you guys like to see these ships in combat, and I love the way this ship looks. Yeah, so I'll put us in offensive, I think. Let's see. Plus 10 max engine power, plus 20 flight speed, plus 20 turn rate. Yeah, make that even more crazy. Let's do it. And this, of course, is physical damage. Scaling physical damage over time. That's the molecular deconstruction beam, which is part of the temporal powers of the starship. So don't forget that.
We don't have much time. Drop the facility shields and board them.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
We're getting some lag. I'm feeling lag. Things are laggy. My destabilizer beam should help lower the shields on that thing. It looks like we got a player not playing.
Shields are
Target
down on
shields
Zenith
have
1.
failed.
Prepare for boarding action. First away team is successfully transported to Zenith 1
4
station.
shields failing. Rear shields failing.
Another away team is securing
Right
Zenith 1
shields
station.
failing. Left shields failing.
We don't have a very
Integrity
Another
powerful
away
below
team is securing
75%.
Zenith 1 station.
Rear shields
This
failing.
is going to be a crazy run.
Hull integrity below 50%.
We have successfully captured Zenith 1 station.
This is going to be a crazy run. I can see that we do not have a very powerful team here. And unorganized as well, because why is this person way up over here? What are they doing? We're back here trying to take this station, and this guy's way over here on his own, doing who knows what. So we've got an unorganized team. That's great.
Warning. Ship is under attack. 4 shields failing. Target's shields have failed.
I'm gonna use my weapon.
Integrity below
Let's see what it can
75%.
do. We've got a lot of things in front of us, so let it attack everything. This guy is just going rogue.
The shields on Zenith 2 are down. Begin boarding
4
operations.
shields failing. Rear
Oh
shields
crap!
failing.
I'm gonna die. Ah, I died. That hit me fast because I had no shields. Trying to beam over the people. Yeah, our team is not coordinated, you could say. Not coordinated. Lovely. Let's try to clear out some of these ships.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
I should have saved my console for right here.
4
Take out this
shields
battleship.
failing. Hull integrity below 50%.
Jeez. Okay, well that hit me real hard. Yeah, now I wish I had more bridge officer powers.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
What is that person doing way over there? Why are people all over the place and not working together? Someone tell me.
4 shields failing. Rear shields failing.
This is what you get.
Right shields
This
Another
is what
away
I-
team reports successful transport to
This is
Zenith
what-
2
shields
station.
failing.
This is what I get trying to pug it.
Zenith 2 station has been secured.
Target's shields have failed.
I need to clear out some of these ships around us because we're just getting pummeled.
Damn. We didn't get there in time to save all the stations.
Alright, we missed one station. That's
All
understandable
vessels,
because
engage cloak and regroup at Apex Station.
we are so unorganized.
Cloaking is for cowards. True warriors, attack!
This person's just
Klingon
sitting
reinforcements have arrived. Take them out.
there. This person's way over there. This person's just sitting there, and here's the group of people we need to be attacking. Why is everybody not
Ship
doing what
is
they need
under
to be
attack.
doing?
Target's shields have failed. Four shields failing. Hull
Let's use my
integrity
power
below
right here.
75%.
Should have used it sooner, but yeah, you can see it really going to town on that ship. Holy crap, brought him down.
Target's shields have failed.
Why is this guy way out here?
All ships be...
Well, firstly, let me apologize for this run. We have an unorganized team. Everyone seems to be doing their own thing, and it's not a very powerful team in terms of DPS and that sort of thing, so it's going to be difficult, the rest of this. But the point is not everybody else. The point is this ship right here. So let's just focus on what this ship, my ship here, is doing. And that's pretty much it. I wish I had more of my
Intercept
bridge
enemy
officer
missiles
powers,
before they
but
reach our transports.
I don't have those ready yet.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Transport Alpha 1 reports missile lock on.
Target's shields have failed.
All ships, eliminate the Starfleet troop transport.
Two missiles just launched to transport Beta 1.
And I am playing in advanced difficulty. I am playing the advanced version, so it is more difficult on advanced.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
You know what? I would like to use my ability over here.
Gamma 1 is being targeted by 2 more missiles.
Well, it's only 2 ships.
Ship is under
I
attack.
want more ships.
Target's shields
Another
have
missile
failed.
is inbound on Gamma.
Here's a battleship.
Beta corridor is another
Target's
inbound
shields
missile.
have failed.
Take it down. The Cicada has been disabled. Damn it.
Really
Lost
does
the
a
transport.
number. It really does a number on them. I love that ability. I just really love that ability.
The Shinano has been disabled.
We're doing pretty good in this part. Could be worse.
2 missiles are inbound on Alpha corridor.
This part's not too bad, to be honest with you. We all
Damn
came
it.
together in
We
the
lost
end.
a transport.
There's another battleship. Oh, there's a lot of ships I could have used that on. Oh well.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
That destabilizing beam really does take down their
Target's
shields.
shields have failed.
There's the molecular on it. Those battleships are pretty tough.
Cicada reports that combat ready. Third missile is just
Target
launched
shields
towards
have
Alpha
failed.
corridor. The Shinano has returned to the fight.
Nope, got too close. I need my I'm only using high yield level 1. And I'm only using fire at will
Transport
2.
Gamma 3 is targeted. Destroy the missile.
Normally I would probably have fire at will 3 going on here and at least high yield 2, but maybe high yield 3.
Damn it. We lost a transport.
So yeah, my bridge officer powers are not up to snuff, and all my other abilities and stuff.
Transport
But
Beta 3
I'll get
reports
there.
missile lock on.
I'll get there in time.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Like fireworks, man. Like fireworks. Those things go everywhere. Look at them go. Oh man, I love it.
That was the last of the Klingon missiles. Nice.
That is what you call an area of effect ability. Can't wait till it's fully buffed. I mean, right now it's not buffed at all. Nothing is buffing it. So just imagine when it's like fully buffed out.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Okay, we did okay in that section.
The security forces have landed. Clear the zone of all remaining Klingon
That
vessels.
section wasn't too bad. Made up for it. Made up for the failing of the first section. So, as
We're
you can
reading
see, the ability I have, which is not even buffed right now, is still doing pretty cool, but it's just imagine if it's fully buffed and instead of 1,000 radiation, it's like 10,000 radiation or something. Imagine that. I can't wait. Be pretty cool. Now, because this ship moves pretty fast,
Defend our transport.
I should
as
be
we
able
withdraw.
to take care of these
Warning.
transports pretty
Ship is
fast.
under attack.
Disable and
Shields
capture the
have
Klingon.
failed.
You've got a tractor beam on that transport. Good. Tow it back to the fleet. to
I
secure
lost
it.
my transport. No, it's there. I didn't see it. It's coming. Yeah, I can move. I'm moving at a
Klingon
pretty
transport disabled.
pretty good speed.
Tractor it back to our starting area.
I could go faster, but I will use this ability at the end here. At the end, we're going to have a ton of ships, right? A bajillion ships, it looks like. I'm going to use that ability at
Klingon
that
transport
point,
disabled.
and we
The
will
Klingon
see.
transport has been secured.
We will see what it really looks like going all out.
Klingon transport disabled. Tractor it back to our starting area.
Where's the transport?
The Klingon transport has been secured.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
The Klingon
Target
transport. You've got a
shield
tractor beam
failed.
on that transport. Good. Tow it back to the fleet to secure it. Klingon transport disabled. Tractor it back to our starting area.
A lot going on back there.
A Klingon transport has been secured.
Good gosh, there's a lot of Klingons.
A Klingon transport
Warning.
has been secured.
Ship is under attack.
The lag is really
Klingon
bad.
transport disabled. Tractor it back to our starting
right
area.
now I'm shooting trying to do things and there's just nothing happening for seconds.
Klingon transport disabled. Tractor it back to our starting
Target
area.
shields have failed.
Yeah, the lag is really terrible right now. I'm trying to do things and it's like not letting me do things. It's literally pausing for seconds at a time.
Warning.
Before
Ship
things
is under
happen.
attack.
Klingon transport
Target
disabled.
shields have
You've got a
failed.
tractor beam on that transport. Good. Tow it back to the fleet to secure it.
I think that's going to be the last of them. After the minute is out here, when it gets to a minute, it stops producing transports. So 10 seconds left, so this will be the last of them.
A Klingon transport has been secured.
And now, pretty much, we just wait for the big group here. We don't even have to mess with those guys. I mean, you could, but they'll all disappear because the next group's going to pop up right here.
Klingon transport disabled.
In
Tractor
40
it back to our
seconds.
starting area. A Klingon transport has been secured.
I think that's lag. That has to be lag. It's not even moving.
Ship is under attack.
Stop firing at me.
Right shields failing. Four shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%. Target's shields have failed.
The Klingon transport has been secured.
Yeesh.
Reading a new inbound contact. It's a dreadnought.
Okay, I can't wait to use my ability on all these hundreds of ships here. This is going to be
This is
interesting.
a car, son of a Khan. May you find death before dishonor.
I need to kind of back up a little bit to get everyone in focus.
All vessels, disable that dreadnought. We need to take our captain
All right,
alive.
here it goes. I'm going to use my red matter, and there it goes.
Warning, ship is under attack.
So it should be shooting
Target's
things.
shields have failed.
I can't see if it's doing anything really.
The
It is
cicada has
doing
been
it.
disabled.
That wasn't that impressive, but I didn't have a good view on it. Well, room for improvement for the next video anyway. I think that's a pretty good preview. I should have got closer to it and waited till the dreadnought was just the dreadnought and then tried it. But in the future, I will do better. I will film it better. It's my first time using it, so you know.
4 shields failing.
Cicada reports they're combat ready.
So that dreadnought's pretty hard to kill. Just shows how weak our team is too. I've seen it go down faster than this. In 10 seconds, I'll be able to use this thing again. I'm gonna back off here. Maybe I can use it again before the thing blows up. Nope, I'm not gonna be able to.
4 shields failing.
3, 2, 1, it's gone. Okay.
Starfleet can fight when it needs to. All vessels, withdraw!
Well, I think it's a
Attention
pretty
all
good.
hands.
I think it's pretty good showing anyway, as a preview of the ship, right? Because this is just a preview video and nowhere near a finished build, so don't judge it on that. Don't judge the power base and all that stuff. And now I've learned how to film the thing better. I need to isolate like a ship and let it go. I'm gonna try one more thing just cause I mean I don't even need to do this, but I want to because I like having fun and I'm having fun. So I'm gonna do it anyway, and it's my video and I can. I'm gonna go to one of the patrols, one of like Japori or something, and I'm gonna let it loose on that starter ship there, just to see, just with nobody else fighting, just me. I just want to see what it looks like. You know, let's try to isolate it here as much as possible. So let's go to good old Japori. Where are you, Japori? Let's go to Japori. And what I'm going to do is I'm just, those first couple of ships that you have to battle there, I'm just going to set it loose on the ships, and now that we have nobody else distracting us, we can see what it really looks like attacking a ship. And the kind of damage it can do attacking a ship. And I think we'll see that it does a pretty good amount. And that's with it unbuffed. Remember, I'm not buffing it. This person here says, the lag is so bad that my weapons wouldn't fire at all. That's what was happening to me in the thing I was just doing. My weapons just were not firing when I was firing. It is that bad. The lag is so terrible. It's been terrible since the summer event. Still terrible. So yeah, here I'm just gonna go let loose on the Talon here.
Nice to see someone else who answers distress calls.
See if I need a fire on it or if it will fire if I don't fire.
Warning. Ship
No,
is
it'll
under
fire.
attack.
There's what it looks like. Darn it, Enterprise, get out of here. So there you go. That's what it did. Now, that's what it brought it down to
Four
unbuffed.
shields failing.
Unbuffed, okay? Buffed, it's going to do a lot better. Alright, let's get over here. That's enough. So now we have taken a very good look at this ship. For a preview, I did a lot more in this preview than I had planned to. But that's a good preview for this ship. I've got to say, I think I'm going to like this ship. This is going to be one of my favorites. I can see that right now. This is a ship that I could see myself using long term. I can already say that and I haven't even reviewed it yet. But I'm going to try some different things on it. And I'm going to try it on a couple of different characters. I'm going to try it on a tactical character. And then I'm going to keep trying it here on my engineer. I'm going to make some kind of radiation build. I don't know how or of what, but I'm going to try. I guess boosting exotic particles, exotic energy. I don't know yet. And then I'll try to just see what other things I can do with it, you know. And I think it's going to be quite versatile. And I like the way it looks. Darn it, it's just a good-looking ship. So anyway, that is a preview of the Edison Temporal Warship Tier 6. Let me know in the comments below if you plan to get one after seeing this or not, and what you think about it. Now there is a Romulan and Klingon variant. I may take a look at those as well. We'll see. But I did buy the entire pack. So I bought the whole pack of them. And if you're wondering where it is, it should be under featured. And it's the Cross-Faction Temporal Warship Bundle. That's what it's called. Cross-Faction Temporal Warship Bundle. It comes with a Jem'Hadar ship too. So Klingon, Romulan, Federation, and Jem'Hadar. And I got the whole thing. Oh, and a 50% Tier 6 token. 50% off another Tier 6 starship. So I think I may use that on my Romulan build that I'm doing, my Romulan character playthrough I'm doing, because I need a new Romulan ship for him, for Omega. So I think I may use that over there if I can trade him. So anyway, there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that preview of this starship, and let me know what you think of it below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Let's warp out. That was a terrible warp out. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.